So a couple of months ago, I reviewed MixChecker by Audified. So they've released a new version. We click this tab. They added a couple of functions that are pretty neat. So let's dive right into it. So I got this session here. Let me play it for you guys. Really early in the process. So I decided to use something that I'm working on. I have a lot of sessions here, but a lot of mixtape stuff. And I don't want any issues with the copyright police. So I have a lot of instrument tracks and I have this master bus. And on that master bus, I have the Audified MixChecker Pro. And I don't know if you guys remember the first video, but check the cards. It's gonna link you back to that video if you haven't seen it. But if you haven't seen that video, don't worry, I'm gonna cover some of the presets. So the way this plugin works, it's a simulator. So you have the classic white speaker, you have some earbuds, some headphones, some hi-fi home speakers, you have your tablet, your smartphone, etc. You guys get it. It gives you an idea of how it would sound through that speaker. It's not gonna necessarily sound exactly like the speaker, but you're gonna get an idea. It's a pretty powerful tool. Let me show you what I mean. So I wanna make sure the classic white speaker is selected. Let's listen back. You hear that build up? Now, if I go to the bypass option, let's listen back. You don't hear it as much. The minute I turn the plugin on, so I did that pretty fast. So that gives you an idea of what we're working with. But one thing I want to do, I'm overloading the main bus. So I'm going to take this limiter. Let me get rid of that one. The reason I did that, I don't want to clip. So I'm going to play it back and I'm going to keep an eye on that master bus. Hopefully it's not going to overload. All right, so we're not overloading the master bus. So now that we heard the plugin in action, let's talk about its features. One of the things that you probably noticed, the original MixChecker doesn't have this option here. And we're gonna start off with noise. And right under it, noise type. So I'm gonna go through all of them. It's pretty interesting. So you can mix some of that in. Pretty interesting. So let's move on. The next option, auto. Now auto is pretty interesting. When you click auto, it's automatically gonna move through these presets on its own. So check that out. So it's on the white speaker, moves on to the next one. Then you have the ability to make it faster or slower. So we're gonna make it a little slower, or you can make it extremely fast. So what you can do is, you can close the plugin, you can play back the session, and it's automatically switching. Now in reality, you probably won't set it that fast. You probably want to do something like this. I definitely like that function. So the next option, channel mode. So you have mono from left, mono from right, and swapped. Then over here you have distortion. And of course, you can press this option here, it's gonna hide it. And if you wanna take things a little further, you can click edit, and you can actually modify the plugin a little more. Now, we're not gonna do that, but you do have the ability to customize it. You can save a preset. You have stereo, distortion, volume. If I wanted to get rid of the classic white speaker, you can click this arrow, press none, now it's gone. Let's click the headphones. So you have the bass, you can customize everything. The distortion, the amount of volume, custom label, you can set it as your default preset. Another option that they added that the original MixChecker doesn't have, and I think it's fantastic. If you go right here to the tools and you click down to remote control, you want to turn this feature on. And when you do, you can actually log in with your cell phone, tablet, and you can remotely control this application. Okay, so I'm on my tablet. I went to the URL, and if you look at the screen, you can actually see as I press the simulations and Pro Tools, it automatically follows. That's pretty neat. So now that we understand how MixChecker Pro works, how much is it gonna cost you? Well, MixChecker is $149. So if you purchased it, you can scroll down. They have a code here. You enter it during checkout. It's gonna cost you $59 to upgrade to MixChecker Pro. But if you don't have that original version and you wanna buy the Pro version, it's gonna cost you $199. So that's MixChecker Pro. I think it's a fantastic tool. If you want to check it out, check the description. Also, check the cards. It'll take you back to the original video.